What's up, everybody? This is Samurai Lawyer, and I've got a really cool treat for you today. I'm going to be showing you a build of Samurai Slaughterhouse, and so we're going to be able to show you the tutorial level from Samurai Slaughterhouse, which is an upcoming game from Cab Games that is going to be coming out for Steam VR and also for Quest 2 in 2022. I'm really excited to show this to you guys. It's a really cool looking game. I know a lot of you have been following it on Twitter or Reddit or whatnot, and so go ahead and check out the video, and if you think it's cool, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel to help me bring you more videos like this, and don't forget to wishlist Samurai Slaughterhouse. Let's go ahead and get into it.
My student, I have great concerns about the stories of the Demon King and his army. I believe it will be up to you to stop his campaign and put an end to his reign. But first I must make sure that you are ready. I have placed 7 scrolls around the dojo. Once you have found and read all 7 scrolls, you will be ready for the next step.
So that's pretty straightforward. We have concerns about the Demon King, and Sensei wants to send us on a mission to stop him. Before he does that, he wants to make sure we can collect 7 scrolls around the dojo. I think it's something we can handle, so let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do that, I want to go ahead and take a close look at this guy, because I just have to point out how cool the texturing is on his uniform here. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but it looks great in VR, and it is very obvious that it's meant to be the same kind of heavy fabric that my martial arts uniform is made of right now. It's a really cool touch that makes me feel like I viscerally know what that should feel like, and it makes me wish that I could just grab this guy and shoot a throw on him, but unfortunately I can't do it in this build of the game. So let's go ahead instead and start to gather some of these scrolls from around the dojo. Now, I grew up playing a lot of adventure games, and I bet many of you did too, and so I always know that a chest of drawers is a good place to look. Be sure to look through boxes and drawers. You never know what kind of useful items you may find. So let's go ahead and look in this drawer, and I see some shuriken here that we may be able to take on our quest. So let's go ahead and take those with us. As you can see, I'm placing them in the backpack. I'll explain a little bit more about the backpack in just a sec. Let's look in the other drawer and see if there's anything useful here. And I see an onigiri there. Let's take that. I don't know if you guys know what onigiri are. Maybe you're not fans of Japanese food. It's basically a rice ball. It may or may not have a filling. It gets wrapped in some seaweed and then toasted. One of my favorite snacks, and also a staple of restorative items in video games. So let's go ahead and read the scroll. It says, grab an item and press the primary button on the hand you are holding the item with to see what the item does. So let's try that. I'm going to go ahead and hit the A button here. And you can see now it tells us, onigiri restores 10 HP, can only be eaten if HP is not at the maximum. So let's go ahead and drop that in the backpack, and then we'll continue our quest. I see some more scrolls over here, so let's read this one. It says, reach over your left shoulder to grab your backpack, which you can store items in. So I showed you this before. If I reach over my left shoulder, I can spawn the backpack, which allows me to take these things and store them, and then I can put that back for later when I'm ready to use them. It's your basic inventory system, and putting it on my back like a backpack is a nice touch. You can even see that my shadow changes when I pull the backpack out compared to when I put it back. Alright guys, I see some swords over there on that table, and I don't know about you, but I feel like that's a good thing to have in a game called Samurai Slaughterhouse. So let's go ahead and get them. You can see that they fit very nicely on my hips, just like the sword that I'm wearing in real life. I'm really going to do my best not to mix those up, because if I mix up the real-life sword and the virtual sword, we could have real-life or virtual problems. The katana, like many other weapons, can be worn on the hip if it is stored in its sheath. A spirit that has been bound to you will be stored on your right shoulder and pulled out any time you need the spirit's assistance. So let me go ahead and show you that real quick. This is another really cool mechanic that I like. Some of you may have seen this because you've been covering the game, but even if you have, I never get tired of it. I've just reached over my right shoulder and you see that I've grabbed this little imp dude who is doing some wiggling. Let's throw him over there. And he flies back and asks us, "Hi boss, what can I do for you?" Guys, this is our menu system. How cool is that? And you can see that it even looks like a frame from a manga comic, as we have our various choices to save game, check quests, check resources, change settings, or just do nothing. We don't actually need anything right now, so I'm going to put him back on my shoulder, but I think that's a really cool mechanic, and I wanted to share it with you. Here's our next scroll. Let's take a look. It says that your dash teleport ability can be used for climbing up ledges and reaching high places. So let's give that a shot. I'm going to hit back on my right joystick and you'll see that that creates a reticule here, much like if I were playing a game like Sirento or another game in VR that has a teleport mechanic. And you can see that when I released it, we jumped up to the platform that we were aiming at. So let's try to do some more platforming. And sure enough, it seems like our next goal may be over here. So there's a naginata here, and it's not entirely clear what we can do with that because both of our hip slots are full, but let's see if this scroll can help us.
Good job, my pupil. You have found all the scrolls. Next, you should make your way to the nearby village. I heard one of the Demon King's generals may be nearby, and someone there may know where.
So we found the last scroll. Let's go ahead and get this last piece of information, and then we can go ahead and explore the countryside. This one says, large items, like the naginata, or spear weapon, can be stored in the side slots of the backpack. So let's pull the backpack out one more time, and this time what we're going to do, you see these large side slots here? I'm just going to drop that right there. And you can see it fits very nicely. And then I can drop this right back on my back. Okay guys, well I don't know about you, but I feel like a fully equipped samurai now. And so let's go ahead and see what we can do about exiting the dojo. Alright guys, so we're outside the dojo now, and I want to show you this dialogue box. It describes the location, it tells you where you're going into if you wanted to go in here, and it gives you the option to enter, but I really like how it looks like a panel from a comic book. It just really adds to the whole immersive kind of manga feel of the whole game. So let's take a look around, and as you can see, everything is in black and white, which is really cool, except of course for some splashes of color here and there. Like you see the pink in these sakura or cherry blossom trees, and that's a nice touch. That's kind of a convention that you see used in manga and other comic book and artistic genres, like film and movies, where you add a splash of color on top of black and white. So let's explore the countryside on our way to the village. And as you can see, everything's textured very nicely. Even though everything is in black and white, there's no lack of detail. And even the grass appears to blow a little bit in the breeze as we make our way to the village. Off in the distance, you see a ink brush representation painting of a village. And it looks like that's probably where we're headed. So you can see we've kind of come down through a valley, and now we're approaching what looks like a bamboo forest. And the scale of this forest is pretty big. I have to kind of crane my neck in order to see the top of the bamboo. And if I don't, then it kind of just feels like being enclosed in a thicket or a glade of bamboo. And you see those stone pillars there? I think we're nearing the end of our journey. This is as far as I can take you. I'm not going to be able to show you the town in this video, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to show you some more of Samurai Slaughterhouse, including the hub world that you inhabit and some of the combat gameplay in another video. For now, I'm Samurai Lawyer. This has been a preview of the Samurai Slaughterhouse tutorial. If you thought this video looked cool, if you think that Samurai Slaughterhouse looks cool, please do me a favor and go ahead and hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel, which will help me bring to you more videos and more previews of upcoming VR games. We want to give special thanks to Tab Games so that we were able to take a look at this build and at this tutorial. And like I say, if it looks cool, if you're interested in Samurai Slaughterhouse, please do us a favor and go ahead and wishlist it on Steam and on Quest, because it's coming out in 2022. Thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.